Hi, welcome to the Britannia T190. Today we're going to be showing you how to wind a bobbin. So the first thing you're going to have to do is take off your thread that was previously threaded up at the top. The best way to do that is to chop it up here at the top. Take the spool cap off and the thread off the spool pin. And then if you take the thread at the bottom where the needle is and pull it through, rather than taking it at the top and pulling it through that way, it stops any lint and fluff that's built up down where the needle is being pulled back up into the machine. Then you're going to take your thread that you need to wind the bobbin from, put that on your spool pin and put the cap on the end. Make sure it's got a little bit of wiggle room so that it will freely kind of unravel. And then you're going to take your empty bobbin. Make sure this is the correct size bobbin for your machine. You can't switch bobbins between machines quite as easily as you might think you would. They do need to have a specific size of bobbin. So if you need any more bobbins, pop into your local Franklin's and ask for Britannia bobbins. Otherwise, we do have mail order available as well. You can give us a call. So I'm going to pop that onto the top of the, where is it? There we go. Of the winder. Now there is a little hole in the bobbin, a groove that has to catch the kind of bit of wire that's sticking out here, so sometimes you have to turn it around a bit before you find it, and then you do need to push down with a decent amount of force to pop the bobbin onto the winder there. Then you're going to take your thread, and for using the bobbin winder you're going to be following the dotted line pathway. If you're threading up your main top thread, then you'd be following the solid line pathway, but we'll be following the dotted line. So we're going to come in here at 1, slot down in there, come round the front, back up again, and then at 2 we're going to come round the corner, and then we're going to hook around this little catch here. If I can get it, more fingers and thumbs. There we go. So we've caught in behind there, and then what we need to do is catch on to this tensioner here. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see that a bit more clearly. There is a diagram here that shows you, but you come around the back of the little hook, in front of it, and then around the tension dial. So I'm going to put my thread around in front, round the disc, and then the most important thing is you hold your thread here and then you pull, and you hear that snap and it pops in underneath the disc here. If you don't pop it in underneath the disc, your thread isn't going to get tensioned and you're going to get a nasty woolly fluffy bobbin that's not going to be any use to anybody. So then you're going to come over to the right, so I'll zoom back out again so you can see what we're doing. And then this is really easy. You don't have to pop it through a hole in the bobbin, anything like that. All you do is take the thread, bring it onto the bobbin, and then wind it round about 5 or 6 times. There we go. Then taking your tail, you're going to loop that underneath the piece of metal that's sticking out here. So you're going to hook that underneath there and then bring it back on itself. I like to hold the bobbin in place as I pull round to the right, and then you can see it pops into one of the little gouges that's kind of carved out there with a blade on it, and it just chops off the end of your bobbin. Then you can turn your power on. Turn your power on at the side of the machine, and then you'll be able to say the picture on the screen here will change when you move this. So you're going to slide this all the way over to the right, and the picture now changes to the bobbin winding. And then what you can do is put your foot down on the presser foot and wind yourself a bobbin. If you find it's not going fast enough for you, you can increase the speed here on the speed limiter, and it will go faster. Now you don't need to wind a full bobbin, you can just wind a half bobbin or however much you need. But if you do want to wind a full bobbin, the machine will stop itself when it gets full. So bear with me as we just speed this bit up. There we go, so the machine has just stopped itself, so I still had my foot down on the foot pedal, but it's decided the bobbin is full enough, it's not going to do any more, so that's fine. Then you're going to slide this over to the left, take the bobbin off, and then you can use, there's a tiny thread cutter in here. If you just hook your thread around the back and pull, it will snip it off for you. And there we go, you've wound a bobbin, and you're ready to pop that in. There you go, bye.